Grab a Green, the healthy fast food restaurant. But she's always been an ambassador for healthy, happy lifestyle and living. And it's driven her as a mom, a teacher, but she is now a life coach and a leader in the art of feminine presence. And that's what she's going to teach us about. We're going to do like a 6-part series and get in touch, learn how to have better relationships and just improve all around with self-growth. And we're so excited to have you tonight, Kelly.
Well, thank you, Kimberly. And I just adore you as well. And ladies, I'm so excited to be here. And thank you, Kim and Stephanie, for this opportunity. And ladies, you really need to thank Kim and Stephanie as well, because they are giving you a really special gift. The Art of Feminine Presence is going to change the way you are seen and heard in your business, in your personal life, and even within yourself. So thank you, Kim, and thank you, Stephanie. Really appreciate the opportunity. So I thought I would just start off by telling you a little bit about how I got into this work. Like Kimberly mentioned, I started a healthy fast food restaurant called Grab a Green. And I started it with one of my very good friends. But anyway, when that ended, people were wanting me to go back into the restaurant industry, and something in my gut kept telling me there's more to being healthy and happy than just nutrition. And with all of you being in the nutrition industry and helping people to get their diets under control, that's huge. That is, such a wonderful place to be, because so many people do have hard times managing, that in their lives. But so I decided to get a life coach. And when I got a life coach, I lived a pretty healthy, happy life myself. I was married with 3 children, and but my business had just fallen apart. And I knew that I wasn't in the relationship that I needed to be in. And so this life coach helped to guide me through that process. But also she led me to the Art of Feminine Presence, where I am now a certified master teacher in the Art of Feminine Presence. And the benefits of that, I was a busy working mother, and it is very stressful. I found myself yelling at my kids, being stressed all the time. I wasn't happy in my relationship. And so this practices that I learned through the Art of Feminine Presence has brought me more into my body, to where I can feel and be more receptive, and just to create fabulous relationships. And my kids will tell me today, if I get a little bit upset or anxious or start yelling at them, "Mom, is that the Art of Feminine Presence?" And I just laugh and I say, "You're right. Give me a minute. Let me get back into my body and find my center and be grounded." And so they have been so happy, because our relationship with my boys has really grown, and it's just magical. Another claim to this fame is I went through a divorce, and I was married to a type A personality. And when we were together, he's like, "I'm so glad I never have to date again. I'm so glad we're, whatever." And I really thought it was going to be a very difficult situation. He was materialistic. He, was happy with his success. And I thought, oh my gosh, this man it's going to be a nightmare to divorce him. Well, going through these practices, honestly, people are so much in awe of our relationship. He still has access to my bank account. He sees it's low. He says, "Kelly, I'm putting in some money for you." I say, "Thank you." I mean, and is that a miracle, or is that a miracle? Divorced, and my ex-husband's throwing money at me. We spend every holiday together. He is now remarried with a baby. And we went out last week for my son's birthday. We're talking all the time about parenting, co-parenting, and also supporting each other. His mother is in an Alzheimer's facility, and we both go visit, and we're just there for each other. So I would not have made this happen if I didn't have these skills of the art of feminine presence. So, ladies, what I'm hoping for all of you is that you really know that these are practices. It doesn't happen overnight, and you have to put some practice into practicing these. So I would love to share two of the most fundamental practices with you today. One is a very simple but fundamental practice. And when we're finished with this exercise, you're going to be able to see the benefits that it will have in your working relationships and in your personal relationships. So this practice will help you with your stress management, your self-esteem, and your overall happiness, okay? It is called womb space. And we are all women. We may not all still have our uterus or all of our feminine parts, but we still have that part in our body where it's about, it's in your pelvic bowl. So this area of our body in yoga and in many practices is called the dantian. And it is a place where you innately you communicate, you have your physical communication from there. Your body can feel that space. It also is very aware of your senses. And it also can be a center for your feelings. Have you ever heard, I just had a gut reaction? Or I just had a gut feeling? Yes. And we all have that. And it is just the practice of getting in tune with that and learning how to put your energy there that magnifies that and helps you to stay centered and grounded in every moment of the day with practice. So what I would like to do is have you guys feel your energy. So if I'm just going to close, if you can just close your eyes, and I'm going to walk you through just a little bit of energy guidance through your body. And we're just going to take a minute and just take some slow breaths. Let's wind down from our day. Be present with yourself and with all these other beautiful women. And as you breathe, just feel your stress melting away from your body. And we're going to start, if you're sitting up with your feet on the ground, just feel your feet. And know that you're supported by the earth and the energy of the earth. And feel that energy just coming up through your feet and through your legs, making its way up to the hips, and then settling right there in your pelvic bowl. And breathe in. If you don't quite feel it, put your hand 3 inches below your belly button and the other hand towards the back on your back. And this is the area you're giving yourself a physical cue in which to feel that swirling energy in your pelvic bowl. We call this womb space. We call this home. We call it the pelvic bowl, your center for security. And the practice here is to keep that energy in that pelvic bowl while you open your eyes. See if you can open your eyes and keep your energy in that place. We tend to want to pop out of our bodies, but keeping your energy here, you will see after we do this little exercise together what effect it has on you and what effect it has on the person in which you are communicating. Okay. Does everyone feel their energy within their pelvic bowl? And Stephanie, maybe if you don't feel it, could you just raise your hand? And Stephanie, if you could tell me if there's someone that needs a little bit more guidance, because I can give you more guidance if you need it. It's different. It's really different. I actually had a woman that was in my first class, and it took her many, many times to get the energy there. We're not used to putting our energies in our bodies. So that's why it is a practice. Okay, I'm going to give just a little bit more guidance just to get you there. So if you'll close your eyes one more time, we're going to start at the head and feel the energy of the earth coming from above you, entering into your head, walking down your throat. A lot of people have a great time feeling their heart chakra. So if you can open your heart and breathe into your heart, put your energy there for a little while. Think of something that you're so grateful for, this time with your leaders, this time to be present with yourself, the beautiful day we had today. And as you breathe, I want you to imagine your heart chakra. You have a light that goes down, a string that goes down into your pelvic bowl, and follow that string down into the pelvic bowl where you see a light and you feel the light. And you feel the energy in the pelvic bowl swirling around, and it's lit up from that hanging pendulum of a light. Okay, now, when you're there, I'd like for you to open your eyes again, see if you can keep your energy there. Hello. Okay. So now that we have practiced putting our energy into our pelvic bowl or home or womb space, we're going to do a little exercise with this. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to give you instructions. And from the instructions, we're going to put you in different rooms to practice this together, okay? So when I put you in pairs, one of you is going to be the speaker and the other one of you is going to be the listener. Let's just say, to make it easy, the person with the longest hair is going to be the first speaker, okay? And then the other person will listen. And we're going to do this 2 times. And we're going to talk from different places. So the first place that we are going to talk from is where we normally talk from. We're really good at this. And we call this head bubble. And so you can imagine, we're always in our heads. We're thinking, okay, what am I going to feed my kids? Did I send that isogenics text out today? Oh my gosh, we're getting new product tomorrow. What am I going to do to really inform my clients of this new product and make sure that they're excited about it. Oh, I'm not going to get to bed till 12 o'clock. Worry about something, think about something, be a little bit stressed and your energy a little skewed, okay? And from this point, the person with the longest hair is going to speak first. And when you're speaking, speaker, what you're going to be looking at is, how does that feel to you? How does it feel speaking in head bubble? Okay. And then the listener, you have another job. Your job is to just sit there and listen. But as you're listening, I want you to be aware of what you're feeling in your body as this person is talking to you in head bubble and telling you about their day. So your job is to think about what sensations are you feeling in your body? How are you feeling about this person talking to you? And then I want you to really think about how you're relating with this person. What's the relation with this person? How are you feeling towards this person? Okay. So the speaker, you're going to say how you feel in your body when you're speaking, and but what are you noticing? And the listener is going to feel what they feel in their body, and also how they relate to the other person that's speaking to them. Okay? Do you understand that? Can we get some woo-woos if you understand, so we can see some visuals? Yeah? Okay. So we're going to do this twice. The first time we go into the breakout rooms, we are going to speak from head bubble. The speaker is going to speak first. The listener is going to listen. And then we'll change roles. So after a minute of speaking, and you can please set your phones. We're not going to be able to time you. So set a little timer, 60 seconds, and then say, okay, time's up. And then the other person's going to talk. So after the speaker talks for a minute and you change and the other speaker talks for a minute, I want you to get together and answer those questions. How did it feel to both of you? And then how did it feel in relation when that speaker was speaking to you? Okay. Do you feel like the instructions are clear? Do you know what to do? Whoop, whoop. Yes, no, yes. Okay, I see some thumbs up. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put you into groups. And if you've never been in a breakout room before, this is a real fun experience. You're just in a room all by yourself. And we're going to give you 3 minutes on this exercise, maybe 3.5, so that one person can talk, the other person talks, and then you communicate how you felt. Okay? Are y'all ready? We'll see you back in about 3.5 minutes. Okay?
Do we click anything or it happens automatically?
You're doing
Okay.
it. Yeah, Stephanie is inviting me to a room. You'll be invited. Okay?
I think it's working. Did you guys see your invite? All right, and then we'll just keep everyone else here.
Without being grounded in womb space. So what Susanna and I talked about was, how was your day today? But whatever you talked about last time, I want you to stay on that topic and talk about that same exact thing. Okay? So whatever you talked about the first time, talk about it this next time. Okay? And so before we go back into that group session, we're going to do the same thing. Long hair talks first. We'll just keep it just the same. The only difference is going to be that we're going to get out of our head bubble, and we're going to just take a minute to ground before Stephanie puts us into our sessions. So this time we're going to, the long-haired person's going to talk about the same topic they talked about the first time. Okay. Just from a different place in your body. And then it's the same. How do you feel? And then how do you feel in relation to that other person? Okay. Now, does anybody have a question? So, Stephanie, can you see everybody pretty much since you're the moderator? Okay. If you have a question, raise your hand. You can either raise it on the Zoom or just raise it visually. And I noticed that we had some new people come on at that time. A few people, I think 2 people that came in. And so I'm just going to give a quick review on womb space. So we're talking about putting your energy into your body, into a place called womb space or your pelvic bowl. And that's where you feel safe and secure. This area denotes that you're safe and secure. It's also our gut, where we feel emotions. We have a second sense from our gut, and we can really, it's a really a good communication center for our body to be receptive in our body. So what we're doing is we are practicing speaking from that safe, secure spot where you feel more safe, secure, and you're more grounded. Okay. So we're going to walk back through that. I'm just going to do a 30-second to get grounded. So if you're moving around or doing other things, let's just take a moment to get yourself back into your body and breathe. Take some deep breaths. Feel your energy in your pelvic bowl. And then make sure that you keep your energy there. If you need to say, wait a minute, let me get back down there, it's okay. If you feel yourself popping out, say, 1 minute, let me get myself back into womb space. And you are going to talk about exactly what you talked about when you were in head bubble, because I'm going to ask you at the end if there was a difference, okay? So, Stephanie, I think maybe about 10 to 15 more seconds of people just getting into womb space. Maybe we can open our eyes and look and keep our energy there to prepare ourselves for our breakout session again. And I think 3 minutes enough? I think it was. How do you feel, and how do you feel in relation to your partner when you're speaking from womb space and you're both in womb space? Okay.
Back in.
Yeah, Stephanie, we can go back into our breakout rooms. Keep in womb space, please. Focus on keeping in womb space.
Okay. Get small again. There we go.
Well, I can tell you there was big difference, because when you're in
Mhm.
this headspace, you're swirling, and I have ADD, so I'm swirling, and I could tell I was stressing Margie out. And then she's talking this and I was like, oh. And then when we came back and we were in, what is it, woo or womb?
WOMB.
A womb.
Call it
like a
home.
baby.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
I'm
a
like,
baby
woo,
womb.
okay, I'm in
Yeah.
my woo-woo space. Okay.
Yeah, you're woo-woo. That's a good
Womb.
way to womb home. Yeah.
So when you're in womb and it's like you concentrate and you clear your mind and you bring all that energy down to your gut, you're calmer and you're more present, and you take yourself down a notch, and then the conversation is richer because you're more present and calm. That's what I experienced.
That is beautiful. Okay, who else would like to share? Because this is so important. Who else would like to share? I wish I knew names.
Varsha raised
I'll
her
go.
hand.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go. I felt like the first part of the exercise for me was very anxious. Like I felt a lot of anxiety from both of us because we were both so stressed in our day
Mhm.
or in our head space. And then on the second part, when we were able to center and get within, it was a lot calmer. So I felt like it doesn't really matter what came through our day, you know, like I could take a step back and realize that everything works out the way it's supposed to. So I felt a little more gratitude and just calm and more at peace. I even said like, gosh, if I didn't have anything else to do, I'd get in my pajamas and get in bed right now because it's a great way to go to sleep.
I love it. Yes, yes. Okay, who else would like to share?
I want to just say what I felt. Well, the first time, I think it was more routine, and like Varsha said, like I was a little nervous as well, like and a little bit shy the first time around. I just kind of gave her a summary of my day, but the second time, it was just like a whole different experience. Like I don't think I've ever done this type of meditation before, and it felt really different. I could feel the energy. I felt like we connected, me and Kelly, like we were in the same energy, I feel like. And I was telling Kelly that I felt more like optimist, like more like happy, like more um like I was able to describe what I enjoyed throughout the day, and I felt like I connected to my feminism is what I told her. And I felt like the second time I expressed myself, it was like a more beautiful description of what happened during the day.
Yeah. I really love that she felt her feminine energy in that. And our power, women, is so strong. And when we feel the juiciness of our feminine, we can do anything. We can set the world on fire. So I thought that was really great. And the other word that I loved in that actually was, and I think was it Marcia that was before you?
Varsha.
Yeah,
Varsha.
Marcia. Hey, Marcia. Thank you. What a beautiful share. Really great.
Thank you.
You know, how you felt in relation to that other person is so important. And connected came up. Who else would like to share? I'd like to give at least one more person an opportunity, and then we're going to talk about this a little bit more. Anybody else have any other words or any other feelings?
Debbie Halted.
I definitely felt more grounded
Okay.
in the second conversation, and I liked what Kimberly was saying when you're up here, because I didn't have anything to put that with, but yeah, you're up here
Mhm.
and you're kind of frantic and going around, but then when you got here and your feet are on the ground and you're centered,
Mhm.
you know, you just had to breathe for a second, and you have that more connection with the person who you're speaking to. It comes, and I think it's because it comes from a different place in the body, because you're not up here, you're in the heart, you're in the gut, where it's more meaningful. So I don't think we said the same, you know, we talked about our day, but when you focus more centered, you built more of the connection and the interaction and helping, or helping the person you're talking to more than up here with the stuff.
Exactly. Now, Debbie, let me ask you a question. Did you notice that the content of your conversation changed? What was said?
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
Does anyone want to comment on how their content changed?
I think a clear perspective on it. And another thing, during the second conversation is breathing. I was more aware of my breathing, where when you're anxious, your breathing is heavy. And as you go to that calm state, you're more aware of that breathing.
Yes.
It's a calming effect.
Mhm.
Great. Yeah, that's really great. So, what changed in our conversation, too, as far as the content went? Nature was brought in. uh, the feeling of more joy. We picked out more joyous times of our day where, we talked about the wind and, and the beautiful sunshine and, and how we stepped outside and things like that. So the content stayed the same, but it shifted in a bit more towards joy and nature and things like that. Did anyone else experience that? Yeah. Okay. So with all of these wonderful things you're seeing from going from your headspace where we normally talk to our clients, where we normally talk to our significant others, where we normally talk to our kids, how do you think this can change your interactions with these people?
Wow, greatly.
Mhm.
You
I
you
think-
basically kind of change like as a person. Like I think the way you would approach them would be so much different. It would be in a much more calm like state like status, you know? And you're not like I feel like you would be more patient with your kids, your significant other. And then the energy that you might have, they'll be able to pick up on it as well.
Absolutely. When you're home, you're calm, cool, and collective, and you can entrain your clients. You can entrain your significant other. You can entrain your children because it's energy. Your energy field is so important. And so if you have a client that comes to you and says, oh my gosh, I have hair loss, you are not going to go off and say, oh, well, no, 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 no. Oh, you do. Tell me more, right? And then you'll get them talking more because you're a better listener. You're receiving that person's energy. You're receiving their message. And you're not here like, oh, I've got to sell this person. I've got to give them every solution. Let me think, what was I thinking about? Oh, who was that girl the other day that showed me her hair stuff? And oh, yeah, it's more like, oh, let me listen. And then, oh, that sounds really great. And the message that they are giving to you lands. You receive it better. And the message that you give to them lands. It is not flying by them like speeding cars, right? You are connected, more connected, and you are receptive and enjoying the joy and listening and understanding them. Now, how many people in this room think that this is going to help their relationships with their clients? Raise your hand. Let's get some whoop whoop. Yes. Hey, exactly. Who is starting to build their own teams in isogenics? Awesome. Who thinks that they can be more receptive to the people that they are training Yeah. Do you see how this can help you be a better leader? Whoop, whoop. Okay. Another one is stress, anxiety. Do you feel like this? I loved what with the lady in the white with the glasses. Okay. Okay. Yes. Just that breath, the noticing of the breath and how it calms you and your stress just dissipates. Okay. So there's for that self-esteem piece or that stress piece. And what about your self-esteem? Did you feel more confident? Did you feel like you had a connection? Your confidence go up in your conversation? Okay. So huge, huge.
Can I add one thing?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I honestly, the second time around, I don't know why, but I felt like more beautiful. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I think since we were connected in our womb space,
Yeah.
I think like your natural like feminine hormones or whatever it is,
Mhm.
I felt it more like in me.
That's so beautiful. You're right. And this work is presence work. And it's how you're showing up. Didn't you feel good showing up more sexy and beautiful and feminine and relaxed? And yeah, that's your presence. And that's how you come across to people as well. So this is your first practice. And what I'd like to remind you to do this week is right when you wake up in the morning, okay, go to the bathroom, come and sit with your feet on the ground, and just take a 2 or 3 minute little coming into your womb space. This is the time in the morning where your thoughts, you have been asleep, your thoughts have left you and you're coming into it. So let's get into a place where we just sit and feel womb space for a couple of minutes. Just start with a couple of minutes. Don't put a lot of time restraints on you. I can't do that. I don't have 2 minutes. No, you have 2 minutes. Let's get into our bodies. Let's feel our womb space and just take some deep breaths. And if some of you meditate, beautiful. This could be and for those that don't, this could be a beautiful way to start a meditation. Just sit in silence and in womb space for 2 to 3 minutes to start your day. Okay. And another way to remember this is 2 eyes. Anytime you see 2 eyes, you think of either womb space or home or whatever you want to call this. Go home. Go home. Okay? Because that's where you're feeling safe and secure in your home. So go home. So every time you see 2 eyes, if it's on Zoom, because we're on Zoom a lot, if you're on the phone, imagine 2 eyes. If Kimberly's talking to her horse, she's going to be practicing womb space, right? Now, and I can't wait for Kimberly to come up with something to send y'all to with 2 eyes. She has the best animated messages. Okay. So that's going to be your practice this week. First thing in the morning, put a sticky note on your phone because I know you pick it up first thing. Don't do it. Don't pick up your phone. Put it down, go to the bathroom, come back and sit comfortably for 2 minutes before you do anything else. Okay? And then anytime you see 2 eyes, go home. And I want to hear I want to hear the ahas. That makes me so happy. So when you come back next week, say to me, oh my gosh, I connected so much with this client, and tell the experience, share your experiences. Oh my gosh, I had the best conversation with my significant other. And he felt me or she felt me, whatever it is. And so come back with some ahas for us next week. Okay, I am doing a time check. Kim, I have one more practice to teach. Do y'all want to learn one more practice or let me hold off for next week?
I'm good. We have 10 more minutes.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so the next practice, I love it. It's called energetic presence. And it is talking about your energy. Who knows that we are energetic beings? We have cells with protons, electrons, neutrons. We're all energy, right? Okay, so this practice is, like I said, called energetic presence. And we have our physical body, we have our energetic body, and we are going to learn that we all have an energetic presence. And we're going to learn today how to use that energetic presence. So we're going to close our eyes one more time, and I'm just going to do a quick meditation because you need to quiet yourself. Maybe you could even be in womb space, do this practice, but close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just take a few breaths and bring your attention to your hands. And in your hands, I want you to rub them together, shake them. Just feel your hands, get that energy in your hands moving. Feel them. You hear mine? Woo, yes. Feel them, feel them. Okay, and then we're going to pull your hands apart. Okay. And hold them still. Feel the energy moving inside your hands. Now, feel the energy radiating off of your hands and surrounding your hands. This is what we call energetic presence. You feel the energy expand from your hands outwards, and let that energy flow through your torso, through your arms, and feel the energy in your arms. You can hold them out and feel that energy radiate off of your arms. And as we breathe, we're going to bring our energy into our torso and feel it radiating off your torso. And then feel the tingle as it goes into your legs, and feel it in your legs and around it. Imagine a beautiful ball of light as the energy moves through you and around you. You feel that ball of energy, and the edge of it is just outside of your body. Notice what it feels like to have your energetic presence big and spacious. Now I invite you to contract your energetic presence in closer towards your body, about 1 inch away from your skin. Notice how that feels for a minute. And then expand it out again from your body. Feel that light just continue to grow out from you, and feel your energetic presence. Okay, so now keep your attention in your womb space or your home, because that's the center point of your energetic presence. And notice what you feel for a moment and how this differs. How the energy in your womb space, and then it just comes, radiates out of you. How does that feel? And continue to feel your energy going from the inside of your body outward. Okay. Everyone can open their eyes. This is always our space It has always been our space. But what you're learning now is that you can control your energetic presence. Okay? You can take it out far and you can bring it in. And a lot of us already do this. Have you ever noticed, like when you walk, when you're out in public, if you just notice someone, they catch your eye and they just like seem like, oh my gosh, your eye just goes straight to them. Have you ever noticed that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been at a party or at a function and you see someone sitting, kind of like this, with their energetic presence just brought in? Have you ever been in a situation where you're feeling like, ooh, kind of small? Have you ever had someone you're just like, whoa, baby, way too much? Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're like, what has just hit me? Back off. Right? Well, and that's what we call our energetic presence. And there are many more practices with this energetic presence to talk about how to use it and when to use it and how to, keep people at bay, using your energetic presence to keep them back and other things such as that. But for the sake of time, this week, when you're sitting there, oh, I heard someone's, okay, what'd you say? I honestly felt the energy in my, what are you saying?
Hands.
Oh,
in
my
your
hands.
it was me.
Yeah.
I did too.
Okay. You do? Okay.
Like I think I probably tried that before, like a long time ago, and
Uh-huh.
I had forgotten about it because I think I heard it somewhere. But I felt the energy in my hands, which is so weird. But
Yes.
it means it's real.
Right. Hey,
You know?
everyone, if you felt your energetic presence, will you type in the chat that yes, I felt it? That's a great way to communicate. And have you noticed it before? Right? Okay, I see a lot of yeses. That's good. And like I said, we'll be doing other never noticed it before, okay? Okay, good. I like to see all this. Perfect. Okay, so with your energetic presence, you can walk into a room or you can, even on the telephone, you can feel it. Okay? Let me just give you an example and see if you can feel it. All right? I am going to either have my energetic presence big and expanded or small. Okay? Those two choices. And I want you to be able to tell me if you can feel it. And yes, you can feel people's energy through Zoom, even over the phone line, right? Have you ever said, oh, I'm thinking about Joanna. Oh my gosh, she just called me, right? You can feel people's energetic presence even when they're thinking about you, right? Okay, so here we're going to do this real quick, and then we're going to add one more thing to your exercises today. Okay, so I'm in my energetic bubble. Am I small or big?
You're small.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. Awesome. Okay, ready? Am I small or
big.
big?
you're huge.
Big.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yeah.
that wild?
Isn't this crazy stuff, guys? Yeah. Okay. Now, who are you going to go into a room and talk to?
The
My
big.
mother.
You want the big one? Okay, yeah. Yeah. And you know, even when you're feeling not so confident and you know this practice, I'm going to go talk to 5 people today at this get together. And I'm just going to tell them about the collagen. Right? Hey, guess what? You're not going to have to go to them. They're going to come to you. You're radiant, you're magnetic. And then when you start talking from womb space and so authentic and so connected to them, you're going to feel at ease, confident to say, hey, you notice anything different about me? Yeah, I've started taking this collagen and my hair is, look, my nails, amazing. I'm so excited about it. I have seen such great results. I'm even sharing it with others. You want to try it? Yeah. Why don't you and a friend do it together? And let's see what kind of results y'all get together. You know, right? Or put it out there on Facebook. Whoa, look at this. Kimberly did it, you know, and showing me her plump lips. I'm like, girl, you can't get any more beautiful, but what happened? Got to try this stuff. so with your energetic presence, how do you think this can help you in your business?
Like a lot. Like
Yeah.
it will make probably a huge difference, you know, like a booming difference.
Mhm. Okay, I have a really fun thing for y'all to try. Okay, it's crazy. It's magical. I don't care where you are. When you are in a room with someone, okay, I want you just to puff up your energetic presence. And I'm not going to tell you what reactions you're going to get. I want you to tell me what reactions you get. Okay? Yeah, it's really fun.
Wait, will you say that one more time? Because you cut out
Yes,
for me.
absolutely. Yes. And Varsha, correct? Mark, okay, Varsha. Okay. So yes, Varsha. So when you, okay, I saw you had a child, right? Okay. So even like if you're in the kitchen or at dinner, just, you know, just feel your energetic light. It's a light globe. We have the light filament within our body and we're radiating. So, and just see if they respond. Okay. See how they respond. Okay. And how you can do this. Another way I like to visualize this and get into my, because this is a new practice for all of you. So let's add this. We're in womb space for 2 minutes and then we're going to, so I do this. I imagine that light in my womb space growing larger and radiating outwards. And then I'm going to shrink it. I just bring in the border, bring in the edge in. Bring in the edge out. Bring in the edge in. And I also imagine there's a fountain of energy coming up from that light and pouring over me. Powerful. Okay, so those are a couple of ways that you can get into your energetic presence, light globe, and like I said, see the reactions you get. So I'm looking for the connections that you have when you're in womb space. I want to hear from everyone next week. And then I want you to puff up. I say puff up, get your light globe on in the presence of someone and see if there's any kind of reaction. And then I'll tell you a couple of fun stories from other clients and from myself. Really, and y'all will have your own. So I might not even need to share any, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So this one, you walk in inspiring. Your presence is inspiring. Wow, what does that woman have? I want it. Okay. Whoa. And then you exude confidence. And this is a trick. If you don't have the confidence, boy, you can fake it until you make it, right? Puff yourself up.
Can I
Okay?
share something?
Absolutely. You're a good share.
Sorry. Okay. Before I even did this with, well, obviously we just did this today, but I
Mhm.
had something similar happen over the weekend. And I went to this dance event, right? Because I love dancing. And the turnout wasn't as great. Not a lot of people were there as was expected, but I got there super late. But as soon as I got into the room, well, I was like, okay, not very many people are dancing. A lot of people are sitting down. I don't know, but this guy that I danced with, he told me after the fact.
Mhm.
Somehow, I don't know, but after I got there, people started dancing because I also started taking out different guys that were sitting down, because anyway, spread the love, right? And and afterwards, one of the guys I danced with, he said, I just want to say, he's like, as soon as you walked into the room, I saw you smiling. And he said the energy in the room changed somehow. He's like, I was getting ready to leave, but you walked in and he's like, the energy in the room changed.
That is
But I don't
beautiful.
know.
That is beautiful. And energy is contagious. You're right. You are so right. And that's magical. That's the magic of energy. And so that's the woman we're aiming to be with our clients, with our significant other, with ourselves. Whoa, how will you feel? Because really, the most important thing is to care how you feel. And I hope we all have just extremely astronomical growth in our upper levels of vibrations and feeling and emotions, at the end of this 6 weeks. So one more thing I want to do, and Kim, I'm so sorry, but I would love for you all, I thought about this. I'm thinking, okay, I want them to be able to see a difference in the 6 weeks. And so just from our time today, let me see where I wrote it down. I don't really remember. Okay. Presence work is how you are seen and heard. Okay. And that's not only how you're seen and heard, it's how you're seen and heard. The little voice inside us, our feelings, what we exude. How are you seen to yourself? How are you seen to others? And how are you seen to your clients? How are you seen and heard? So I would like for you just to sit down for 5 to 10 minutes and journal. How am I, and get real with yourself. How am I seen and heard today? How am I seen and heard today? And you can break it off into your significant other, into your clients, into your teammates, into your children, however many categories you want to go dive into. And then put it in an envelope or put it somewhere where you can return to this in 6 weeks. Okay. And then we'll write, how are you seen and heard today? If you would like to, because I'm always about the dream and I'm always about living in potential FM. I call that I dial my radio to my potential, right? And so where would you like to see yourself at the end of 6 weeks? How would you like your shifts of how you're seen and heard in your relationships? And you can break it down again. Significant other, clients, teammates, best friends. And that way you can just be aware. And once again, I have enjoyed this time with all of you lovely ladies so much. I'm looking forward to hearing from you next week. Really practice your practices. Kim, I'll talk to you about if about maybe even sending a couple of texts this week to remind people, because once we get back into our daily lives, it's hard. So give yourself, it's called executive functioning. Put a sticky note on your phone, put a sticky note by your bedside table, put a sticky note on your window, wherever you can. 2 eyes, home. Energetic presence or light globe. Another place that I like to do that is in the car. Put a sticky note in my car. Practice being home. And see if you can close your eyes at the light, open it and hold it. How long can you hold your energy in your womb space? Puff up and see if you can get a reaction from the next car. Yeah. Whoa, you're cute, honey. Look at
Probably
me.
not that.
I'm single and I flirt like that all the time. It's so fun. It feeds my feminine for sure. Okay. Well, thank you all. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday with another practice or two.